I took all my favorite tips and put them into one long video. Grab a coffee and enjoy. Geode crushers are pretty useless, right? You place some geodes in them with some coal, and after forever, they will crack open the geode and give you the treasure within them. The problem with them is they take forever to work and they cost coal. Coal is valuable, you know, but there is a glitch with geodes that actually makes them incredibly useful. If you crack open a geode at the blacksmith, the next geode you crack open using the geode crusher will be the exact same item. This is a guaranteed duplication of the lost geode cracked open by Clint. So if you opened a geode at Clint and found some iridium ore, you could use the geode crusher to get some more iridium ore. Very cool. This might not sound useful, but always just keep this in mind. If you ever find a prismatic shard in a geode from cracking open geodes at Clint, go immediately and place the exact same type of geode into the geode crusher. You will now have 2 prismatic shards. Spend them wisely. I cannot believe it took me this long to realize this. But you know that emote wheel that pops up when you press the Y key? Well, did you know that you can choose which emotes are on this wheel? There are a couple hidden emotes in the game that you may have never known existed. All you need to do is right click on any emote and then a list of almost all emotes in the game will appear. Now you can easily set which emotes are suited in which emote slot. Finally, I can more easily spam my favorite emotes. Don't run out of grass on your farm. Now that you're investing in tons of pigs, you might see that buying hay from Marnie can get really expensive, and there never seems to be enough grass on your farm to turn into hay with your scythe. What are we going to do? Buy grass starters and place them on the last day of winter. There is this interesting glitch. If you place grass starters on a bunch of areas around your farm on the last day of winter, and when you sleep it becomes the first day of spring, each grass starter that you have placed will grow tremendously. A single piece of grass will turn into a huge grass field just ready to be turned into hay. This also works on the last day of other seasons, but it has the biggest impact on the last day of winter. Strange tip, but it does work. Another sweet thing I found out recently is that you can place chests and processing machines in the Mutant bug lair. The Mutant bug lair is pretty big, and you can use the space to age wine and duplicate star shards with crystallariums. Any way to save space on my farm is a win in my books. Are you looking for an artifact in the mines and just not having any luck? Well, then this tip is going to be great for you. When you hoe dirt in the regular mines, you can get all kinds of great things like Omni geodes, artifacts, and cave carrots. And if you're really desperate for some extra loot, you could hoe up all of the dirt, then knock the tall dirt with a pickaxe and then hoe it all over again. You will still get items using this method. This isn't really a tip, but it's cute, so here it is. Place a coop near some water and fill it up with ducks. Ducks can swim in water, and that is so cute. Complete the prismatic jelly quest to get the recipe to craft monster musk. Monster musk will cause more enemies to spawn in the mines and in the skull cavern. This stuff is seriously good for farming resources. The curious substance quest will reward you with the recipe to craft a mini obelisk. You can place 2 of these on your farm, and if you click on one of them, you will teleport to the other one. Take advantage of these mini obelisks. After finding 100 golden walnuts, you will get access to Mr. Key's walnut room, where you can buy some great things like galaxy souls. Each galaxy soul costs 40 key gems and will take you quite a while to buy 3 of them. Don't buy galaxy souls from Mr. Key. There is a much easier way to get galaxy souls. On the last day of any season, you can trade 10 radioactive bars for a galaxy soul at the island trader. This is much easier than grinding quests until you have 120 key gems. Furthermore, you can build multiple buildings at the same time. Just head over to Robin with enough gold and resources on each player and click construct a farm building at the same time. If you get the timing correctly, Robin will somehow be able to build multiple buildings at the same time. No longer do you have to wait 3 days to get your barn collection going. Omni Geodes are great. You can crack them open at Clint for a bunch of rewards, like prismatic shards, minerals, and artifacts. If you have excess Omni Geodes, you can trade them in for artifact troves at the Desert Trader. Each artifact trove will cost 5 Omni Geodes, which is expensive, but it can be worth it. Take these artifact troves to Clint to open them up. These can contain a golden pumpkin and even a treasure chest. There is actually an Omni Geode farming method that not many people know about. You will need to complete the Danger in the Deep special order request. This will turn the regular mines into a more dangerous version. In these mines, you can find a new type of ghost, a carbon ghost to be precise. Carbon ghosts have a 99% chance to drop an Omni Geode. This makes getting Omni Geodes extremely easy. Naturally, you should always be wearing a burglar ring and using Monster Musk to make this even easier. The easiest way to find carbon ghosts is by simply entering floor 35 in the dangerous version of the mines, defeating them, leaving the mines, and then entering floor 35 again. You will have a full stack of Omni Geodes in no time. If you have a large piece of land that has fertilizers or speed grow on it and don't want to lose those expensive enhancers, you could fill up your entire farmland with fiber seeds on the last day of fall. Fiber seeds can grow in any season, meaning these will grow in winter and they will preserve your farmland, keeping them tilled and fertilized. If you have many seeds, you can harvest your fiber and replant them. If you don't just leave the matured fiber crop over the entire winter, and when spring hits, the entire farmland will remain tilled, fertilized, and ready for you to plant new crops. Doing this will make crafting fertilizers so much more valuable as they will never expire between seasons. Getting to the Skull Cavern as fast as possible is extremely important if you want to get as deep as possible and collect that sweet Iridium ore. Desert totems are by far the fastest way to get to the desert because Pam only shows up to work at 10 AM. With the help of a desert totem, you can get to the desert at 6 AM. But then you'll have to walk to the entrance of the Skull Cavern, and that is just wasted time. To get to the Skull Cavern without any time wasted, you could place a bunch of chairs in a row from the teleportation spot all the way until the entrance of the Skull Cavern. When you hop on and off a chair, the in-game clock will be paused. If you do this perfectly, you can get to the Skull Cavern at 6 AM, saving you a tiny bit of time. I don't know if anyone would actually use this, but it is possible. You could also profit off of Fairy Rose honey. To the left of your Ginger Island farm, there are a few spots where you can grow fairy roses. Plant fairy roses there and place as many bee houses as you can around those flowers. These bee houses will produce fairy rose honey every 4 days forever. You will never have to replant the flowers and be forced to harvest regular honey again. Here is something that you might not know. Once you've reached 4 hearts with any of the townspeople, you can go into the social tab, then click on any villager that you have 4 hearts with and click on their portrait. This will cause a unique animation to play. Do you love treasure? Of course you do. Who doesn't? Well, you can get a 60% chance of finding treasure when fishing. All you need to do is use a magnet as bait, use a treasure hunter fishing tackle, and pick the pirate profession at level 10 fishing. This will give you a 50% chance of finding a fishing treasure chest. Then make sure you fish on the best possible luck day. This will further increase your chance of finding a fishing treasure chest by 5%. The lucky charm will also increase the chances of finding a fishing chest. And lastly, eat as many luck buffs as you can. For each extra point in luck will increase the chance by 0.5%. After all of the preparation, you will get a 60% chance of finding a treasure when fishing. Iridium quality ancient fruit wine is one of the most profitable things you can make in this game. Each Iridium quality ancient fruit wine will sell for 4,600 gold, but it will take 63 days to produce Iridium quality ancient fruit wine. That is just too long. But there is something else you could do that can make the exact same amount of money but will make you the money much faster. And that is Iridium quality goat cheese. Goats will produce milk every 2 days. If you have a high enough relationship with your goats, they will produce large goat milk. Placing large goat milk in a cheese press will turn it into gold quality goat cheese and will only take 3 in-game hours. You can then place the cheese into casks in your basement. After 7 days, the gold quality goat cheese will turn into Iridium quality. Iridium quality gold cheese will sell for 1,100 gold. It will only take 9 days to make Iridium quality goat's cheese, so by the time a single Iridium quality ancient fruit wine is ready, you will already have 7 pieces of Iridium quality goat's cheese. So I guess I was wrong. Goat's cheese will make you more money than ancient fruit wine. Crystalariums are one of the easiest ways to make money in Stardew Valley. You just drop a diamond in them and every 5 days it will duplicate a diamond that can sell for close to 1,000 gold with the right professions. But to get the Crystalarium working, you will have to place a diamond in it. If you want to change what gem your Crystalarium duplicates, you can place a new gem in the Crystalarium, like if you needed to get some jades to trade for staircases. But placing a new gem in a Crystalarium is actually a very bad idea because you will lose the original gem that you placed in it. So this is what you do. Collect the duplicated gem and then hit your Crystalarium with your axe. This will cause you to reclaim the original gem that you placed in it. After collecting what is rightfully yours, place the Crystalariums down again and then put the new gem that you want to duplicate in them. If you don't hit the Crystalarium, you will be losing a free gem. Deluxe fish tanks can hold a ton of things in them. You can place one of each decoration item such as coral, seaweed, and stones. You can place 4 fish that sit down at the bottom, and you can place 4 swimming fish in them as well. These things can take a ton of fish in them and it can really look awesome. Do you love Iridium ore and need more of this stuff? Well, then you are in luck. Take your statue of perfection and place it really close to your grandfather's altar. Make sure your entire inventory is full, otherwise this trick will not work. Then simply hit the statue with a pickaxe. Since the statue will be floating in time and space, the game thinks you don't have one. Then interact with the altar and the game will give you another one. This glitch works on every platform and works at any point in the game as long as you have 4 candles. So go give it a try. If you want more than just 2 statues of perfection, simply place all of your statues down, fill up your inventory, and then hit them with pickaxes. Then interact with the statue again. An easy way to fill up your inventory is just to unequip one of your rings and place it in your inventory. And when you get your new statue, and then just place it back into the inventory slot. You can do this as much as you want. I learned this trick recently. If you fill up your basement with casks like this, you will maximize the space in your basement and age a crazy amount of wine all at the same time. But this method has no path, meaning you will have to pick up your casks to collect all of them. Well, there is a method to make this so much easier. Use a fully upgraded hoe to take all of the aged wine out of the casks. Then make a small path where you need it. This technique is so much faster than using an axe to make a path and manually collecting the wine. It just makes sense. Myth: you can reset the game to change your mail. If you receive mail with a gift from any of the villagers and it's not the item you want or need, then just reset the game and check your mailbox again. Do this until you get the item you need. Works great on Pam for battery packs. If it is salmonberry season, reload your game on each and every day that the berries occur. There is a strange mechanic that will cause more salmonberries to spawn on bushes if you reset the day. Strange one, but very effective. Do you love fishing, but you wish that you could make even more money while fishing? Well, you can. During the extended family quest, you'll be able to catch the legendary fish again. But this quest also has a unique quirk. It will allow you to catch the legendary fish continuously. So head over to the fishing spot by the mines, get some seafoam pudding, and a trapped bobber fishing tackle, and catch the legend as many times as you can. This specific legendary fish sells sells for 11,000 gold, and for 3 in-game days, you can just keep on catching it. Just imagine how much gold you could make. And what makes this even better is that this quest is repeatable, meaning you can have an endless supply of legendary fish that all sell for huge chunks of gold. Trellis crops are really annoying, right? They just block your path and they are just tedious to harvest. Well, you don't need to worry because Junimos will still harvest all of the crops, no problem. Junimos can also harvest tea tree saplings with no spaces around them. This allows you to plant these crops without any spaces to walk and still get the items. Nice. If you don't have warp totems yet, you could place a chair in front of Pam's house. For some reason, she doesn't destroy the chair like she would other items. This will make Pam get to the bus a little bit faster. Place another chair right over here at the bus zone as well. This will save you about 20 in-game minutes. It isn't much, but it does make a difference. Okay, this tip is extremely random, but here it is. If you place stingrays in a fish pond, they can produce battery packs, dragon teeth, and most importantly is cinder shards. You can then take that cinder shard and combine it with some cloth in a sewing machine. This will create some sunglasses for you. Now you can roam around Stardew Valley and protect your eyes from the harsh sun. Hello Pierre, bye Pierre. Hello Pam, bye bye Pam. Oh look, it's Abigail. I know you guys love Abigail, so if you hit subscribe right now, I will spare Abigail. Just kidding, this mod doesn't work on Abigail, but hit subscribe anyway. With the addition of Ginger Island, we now have 2 new fruit trees, the mango tree and the banana tree. These fruit trees are amazing. They produce some of the most valuable fruit in the game, and bananas are used for a variety of things as well. To easily get fruit trees, head over to the Oasis on Mondays and buy all of the coconuts that Sandy has to offer. Whenever you are in the desert, forage for as many coconuts as you can and keep them. Do this every week and eventually you will stockpile a ton of coconuts. Take these to the island trader and trade in your coconuts for golden coconuts. Golden coconuts are the most reliable way to get pineapple seeds, mango saplings, and banana saplings. Crack open these golden coconuts at Clint for your sweet reward. Do you love treasure so much that you just need more of it? Good, because finding treasure floors in the Skull Cavern is actually incredibly easy with some preparation. Make extra sure that you have obtained the secret charm by bringing a rabbit's foot to the van by the JoJo Mart. This special charm will permanently increase your daily luck. Next, get yourself 2 lucky rings. You can easily find these by panning at the dig site on Ginger Island. Then, cook some ginger ale with Key's special seasoning and sacrifice 3 prismatic shards for a magic rock candy. Now you have everything you need. Wait patiently for the best possible luck day, then enter the Skull Cavern. Based on the chances, you should get a treasure floor every 5 floors in the Skull Cavern. That is extremely often, and you will get those sweet rewards in no time. Do you need an auto patter? You will probably get one. Do you need some prismatic shards? No problem. These treasure floors have got you covered. Okay, so many people might disagree with me over here, but just hear me out. The sweet gemberry is highly underrated. Yeah, they take 24 days to grow, and yes, there is no reliable way to purchase these seeds, but they can still be incredibly profitable in the mid to late game when you don't even need the money anymore. Just split your Ginger Island farm into 2 halves. The first half is dedicated to growing sweet gemberries and turning those berries into more seeds using seed makers. You can do this with the help of hyperspeed grow and the agriculturist profession. Doing that will cause your sweet gemberries to grow 43% faster. Then on the other side of your Ginger Island farm, plant all of your sweet gemberries using deluxe fertilizer. Then when they are ready for harvesting, just eat some buffed Lucky Lunch and you will harvest tons of Iridium quality sweet gemberries. They sell for 6,000 gold each. Come on, you need to admit that is pretty effective, and it's fun to play around with different crops. I think that tree fertilizer is highly underrated. Tree fertilizer can seem expensive to craft as it requires 5 fibers and 5 stone. However, the cost is most definitely worth it. With the help of tree fertilizers, your trees will go from seed to fully matured in 6 short days. This works in every season including winter. You can mass produce an entire forest right in the desert. You can then place tappers on those trees or chop them all down and literally swim in wood. Without fertilizers, the trees will randomly grow a tiny bit every now and then, and it's just really unreliable. Do you want some ice cream on a warm summer day, but can't because Alex hardly ever shows up for work? All you need to do is hatch a slime by the ice cream stand. For some wild reason, the game then thinks that the ice cream stand is being manned by a staff member and will allow you to buy some ice cream. Ever chop down a tree, collect a bunch of garbage seeds, and salt them or drop them into the trash bin? Don't do that. You can craft field snacks with these, or you can just plant them around the world. You will never have enough wood in this game. Do the right thing, plant those tree seeds. Speaking of forgetting about things, I am the worst at petting and feeding my animals. When your pigs are at maximum hearts, they can find up to 3 truffles per day, but if they hate you, they can only find 1 truffle per day. Pet your animals and keep that silo full. But the barn is much bigger, allowing you to fit 136 processing machines. This means that a deluxe barn will behave as a building to your animals while also providing the same interior space as a deluxe shed. Barns can indeed be quite effective if used correctly. Alrighty, so now we know how to set up our farm buildings for success, but we should just abuse the rest of Stardew Valley as well, like the quarry. The quarry is an interesting area in Stardew Valley. If left untouched, the quarry will spawn in rocks, resources, and even trees. It can be a good source of resources, but it's not really that reliable because the spawn rate is pretty low. Instead, we could just utilize the quarry as a massive storage facility for our processing machines. With the minecarts upgrade, you can get to the quarry relatively quickly from your farm. The quarry is incredibly large. A simple layout like this will result in you having 370 processing machines. If you are not going for 1 billion gold, then you could place every keg you will ever need in this quarry, and then dedicate your farm to a beautifully decorated masterpiece. The game is hard, and it's almost too hard. Luckily, I have a sneaky little trick that will let you beat the entire game without dying. So anyway, this is what you do. Beat the first round in the game with as much gold as you can and without dying. As soon as you arrive on the second round, hit the escape key. This will kick you out of the game. But don't worry, if you click on the arcade machine, you will see that you can continue from your previous game. But don't continue. Instead, head over to your bed and sleep. Then on the next day, go back to the arcade machine and click continue game. If you take any damage, hit escape to quit the game, and then quit the entire game and reload back in. If you do this, your death will not count. So you could beat each level one at a time without taking any damage, and then leave the minigame and save your progress. Each time you take damage, reset and start again on the same level as if you never took damage. This works. I did it. I beat each level in the game one at a time and saved my progress each time. And I beat the final boss. And technically, I did it without taking any damage. And yes, I got the achievement. And you know what? You can do it too. You can get the rarest achievement in the game with some persistence and patience. So what are you waiting for? Go get that achievement. There are a bunch of trash cans around the world of Stardew Valley. If you interact with these, you have a chance of getting some random item. Most of the time, you will get nothing. And if you do get something, it might be useless like an old soggy newspaper. But don't underestimate trash cans in Stardew Valley. The game is specifically coded to give you worse items if you have checked less than 20 trash cans on your save file. After that, you can start to get really really good items in these trash cans. You can find all kinds of great things like cooked meals and fish. Most of these items are guaranteed to be found on certain days, but luck also has a huge impact on finding items in trash cans. So always rummage through the trash on the best possible luck day. Who knows what you can find in these trash cans? You might even consider these as treasure chests that are hidden in plain sight. Now for a complete meme build that I actually love, the ultimate knockback warrior. And it is really easy to set this one up. Just grab yourself an infinity gavel and enchant it with 3 amethysts. This will increase the total knockback by an additional 3 points. The actual enchant doesn't matter here, so just pick whichever one you prefer. I would just go with the artful enchant. Then combine 2 amethyst rings with 2 emerald rings. Each amethyst ring will increase the knockback effect by another 10%, and the emerald ring will let you strike faster with your hammer. This combo is an insanely fun build that is sure to leave you in tears of laughter. When you hit an enemy, they will go flying. They will fly so far away that they are completely out of aggro range. And this is just great. Don't underestimate the knockback warrior. If you want to save energy but still need wood in the early game, don't chop down trees altogether. It is more effective to chop them down until they are just stumps, because you can only get 1 foraging XP from chopping down those stumps, but will take 5 hits to harvest. When compared to chopping down the trunk, will give you 12 foraging experience for 10 hits. It just makes sense. Farming for Cinder Shards is really tedious and time consuming, so if you don't have many yet, you could just use a diamond to get 3 random enchantments on any weapon. That way you can boost your damage right now and get the specific enchantments later when you have the Cinder Shards to spare. Myth: always search for forageables on a rainy day because they spawn after it rains. I actually thought this one was true when I first started playing the game, but rain has absolutely no effect on the amount of forageables that spawn in the game. Instead, forageables will spawn randomly every single day, but they will reset on Sundays. So always make sure to look for forageables on Saturdays. I saw this one on Reddit and I just had to share it with you. If you have a mushroom tree in an awesome spot on your farm, chop it down until there is only a tree stump. Then place a torch behind the stump. Now you have a candle on your farm. Very cool. Here is something that most people don't know about. Build one of those fishing ponds and fill it up with crabs. Crabs aren't actually the fish to place in the pond when compared to lava eels, but once you have 10 crabs in the fish pond, and the next time you talk to Willy, he will give you a pearl. Pearl is a universally loved gift and is one of the rarest items in the game. These things are just really hard to find. Thank you so much for watching the entire video. If you got this far, type completionist in the comments below. You will get a heart. But for now, I will see you in the next video.